You can't deny it. It was amazing! The helicopter ride? Well, let's just say it was pretty intense. Carla hadn't piloted a plane for years, and I admit my palms were a bit sweaty. But the important thing is that she got us to the part of Arizona where the Hopi people live. We thought we'd find more information on the weird crucifix there. Fortunately, I got the crucifix back along with the rest of my stuff when I went into the cabin to save Gina. And luckily the girls had all their wardrobe with them so they could lend Gina and me some clothes. We knew it'd be great to put on clothing better adapted to the part of the desert we were headed for.
Be careful, you guys.
You gals, too. And thanks for everything.
I can't stand goodbye. I always cry like a baby.
I promise, we'll go see your show as soon as we have time.
You better stick to that promise if you don't want to piss off a Marine cutie.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you soon.
Goodbye, girls. I'll never forget you.
We won't forget you either. Bye!
Well, we're on our own.
You got a problem with that? Being alone with me doesn't make you uncomfortable, does it?
Of course not, silly.
Hey, don't get mad. I was just kidding.
Come on, let's not waste any time. Hurry up, let's find someone who knows about the Hopi Indians.
Maybe we'll get lucky and run across an actual Hopi.
I doubt it, but you never know. I saw a path behind here. Let's go. Wait, my bootlace came untied. I'll catch up with you.
I'm gonna take a look from up there.
Hey! Gina! 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 Answer me! Gina! No! No!
Feeling sorry is not the answer.
Hey! Who are you? I didn't hear you come up.
I am Wupuchim, last of the Hopi chiefs. The answer is to continue on your mission, not to feel sorry.
How do you know all this? I don't understand how you... Hey, wait a minute. Did you say Hopi?
I did, of course.
That's incredible. I'm here to find out the meaning of a crucifix of Hopi origin.
Show me the object.
This is it.
My young friend, this is not a crucifix. It is a sacred key.
A key? But it's not shaped like a key.
The way you are holding it in your hand, press strongly on the upper part with your thumb.
Oh. Well, it sure looks like a key now. And what is it this sacred key opens?
It is the key to the sacred Hopi crypt.
The sacred crypt? And where is this crypt?
Right across from our village, on the highest peak, on the other side of the Great Canyon, where Istarok places his first ray at dawn.
Oh. And could you tell me how to get to the Hopi village?
The sacred key went to you, so your destiny is to reach the sacred crypt. What path to follow? The path of knowledge, no doubt.
Well, I think there's something I should tell you. You see, the truth is that this key is not mine. Hey! He disappeared! Now, how did he leave without me noticing? Just like when he came. Feeling sorry is not the answer. Huh. That's easy to say, but I feel I can't move one step now that Gina's... Well, he's right. The only thing I can do for Gina now is continue on the mission that brought us here. I owe it to her. Now I know the crucifix is actually the key to a crypt. If I manage to find the Hopi village, I'll be able to enter that sacred crypt. And I'll probably find an explanation for this whole mystery there. So, let's hop to it. Great. I have a good view of the whole area from here. Let's see. It looks like there's a small town over there. I'll go see if I can find someone who knows about the Hopi village. Wow. This place looks like something out of a John Ford movie. You've got your hotel, your sheriff's office, the typical saloon from the Old West, and there's even an old derailed steam-powered locomotive at the end of town. Wait! Stop! Don't shoot!
Who are you, and what are you doing in my town? And put up your hand so I can see them.
Hey, hold your horses. I've come in peace. Look, my name is Brian, and I'm a bit lost around here. Can you help me out?
Well, okay. I guess you're not lying. Come in and we can chat. So, you say you're lost, huh?
Well, maybe you can tell me how you got here then.
Well, the truth is, I'm not totally lost. I'm trying to find a Hopi village that used to be inhabited somewhere in this region. I came into this town hoping to find information on its exact location.
The Hopi village. Are you an archaeologist or something like that?
No, I know nothing about archaeology. I need to find it for another reason.
You don't look like an archaeologist, to tell you the truth. Though I suppose they don't all carry whips and wear hats.
Oh, give it a rest, please. Do you know where that Hopi village is or not?
This may sound strange, but the history of this town, Douglasville, is very closely related to the history of that Hopi village.
Really? In what way? Please explain.
Well, it's kind of a long story. Okay, well, here it goes. This village was founded by my great-grandfather, James Theodore Douglas. He was the owner of a gold mine nearby. And in the beginning, Douglasville was nothing more than a mining camp. But it grew bit by bit until turning into a flourishing town. Everyone was prosperous thanks to the huge profits of the mine. And my great-grandfather even got the railroad to run through Douglasville. However, something happened that tragically changed the town's fate. The mine and the mine shafts just kept growing and growing until one of them, the one with the largest vein of gold, bumped into something totally unexpected. The Hopi village!
Really? So what happened?
The inevitable. The Indians weren't willing to let white men ravage their lands. And J.T. Douglas wasn't the kind of man who would give up a fortune just because some Indians got in his way, so there was a bloodbath. It looked pretty bad for the Indians. They didn't have much to fight with, and a lot of them died. But then, something amazing changed everything. The Hopi tribe's medicine man came into Douglasville one morning at dawn, stood in the middle of town, and cast a terrible spell on it, the mine, and all the white men that might try to take over Hopi lands. They killed him on the spot, but not before the curse took effect.
What do you mean by that? What happened?
The mine inexplicably ran out of gold overnight, and not one more nugget of gold was ever taken out. The people in town started to catch a strange disease that the doctor couldn't cure. Whole families were driven out of Douglasville in fear, trying to get away from the curse. The final straw was when the train derailed. It went out of control through the town, destroying everything in its path. Its last obstacle was the Douglasville Bank, which it plowed into like a wild buffalo. As you might suspect, J.T. Douglas owned the bank, too. That's where he was sitting in his fancy red French armchair brought in straight from Paris when 50 tons of iron flattened him. Once my great-grandfather had died, the few people left in town were hot on their heels to get out of Douglasville, making it a ghost town.
That's a fascinating story. And you say you're the great-granddaughter of this J.T. Douglas?
Yes, I am. By the way, my name is Sushi Douglas, and this town is really mine. The deed to it has been passed down from generation to generation until reaching me. And I was the first person to use it a year and a half ago. I came here to live with 2 friends, Kevin and Rutger, but up to then, it was completely abandoned.
The 3 of you live here alone? No way! Wow, Sushi. I can see you're really informed about the history of the region. So, I bet you can indicate the way to the remains of the Hopi village, right?
Well, actually, I can't. The mine was sealed when all that stuff I told you about happened, and from the outside, I have absolutely no idea how to reach the Hopi village.
Alright guys, so we can actually start playing the game. That was an incredibly long opening scene, so I'm going to talk to her about all options, and then we can continue.
So, do you think I could get to the Hopi village by going through the mine?
If you knew the directions to follow through the mine shafts, you surely could.
Do you know your way through the mine shafts to reach the Hopi village?
Me? Not a chance. I've never gone into that old mine.
I thought you might have an old map of the mine.
No, I don't have any maps of it. Let me think. I guess that if a map exists, it would be in the town bank. Probably inside the safe.
Do you really think the mine ran dry because of the Hopi medicine man's curse?
Well, I neither believe it nor deny it. What I do know is that the mine ran out of gold, even though such a thing seemed totally impossible days before. Not something very normal, don't you think?
Whoa! The bank sure is a mess. I see the locomotive really wrecked the place when it derailed and smashed into the bank.
Okay. It's cash register.
This is really run down. All I see are old papers covered in dust. Then there's that metallic object down there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, I'll take it.
Anything that's not...
Whoa, this looks like a stapler. Quite rudimentary it is. Definitely a model from the 19th century. I'd better take the staples that were lying next to the stapler. They look similar to the rivets used by cobblers.
Yeah, anything that's kind of like off color, like this, I think pretty much are interactable or objects that we can pick up that are important.
I bet this was J.T. Douglas's desk. BD, Bank of Douglasville, I suppose.
Okay. I mean, if you look around, pretty much all the color scheme is the same, except for the few items that, you know, are a different color.
Let's see. Way at the end, I see a cell, and I can't believe my eyes. There's
What?
a dead body. Oh man, that guy must have been rotting away for 100 years.
Okay. Let's see. Firewood?
All right. I don't think anyone will need them to light up the stove. 5 nice logs. Might come in handy.
Oh, there's a saloon. There's a liquor store and a saloon. So you can either drink at home or drink in the saloon. That's a typical Western thing, man. From what I understand, this chapter is very long.
Let's make a real Clint Eastwood entrance. Hey, how cool. an automatic door opening system. And they say the Old West was wild and dangerous. Well, well, wow. This looks like a botanical garden.
Yeah, if you call freaking pot a botanical garden. And yeah, yep. Flower pot.
Okay. Maybe I'll find something to plant in it.
Small room. What's over here?
Let's see what I find here. It's a sort of shed stocked with a wide range of gardening tools. Seeds, tools, chemicals, that kind of stuff.
Look for something useful.
Let's see. These pruning shears may be of use.
Okay.
Hey! Hey, pal.
Hi, who are you?
My name's Brian. Brian Basco.
I'm Kevin, but everyone calls me Saturn. Nice to meet you, BB.
BB?
Those are your initials, right? I could just tell you go by BB right away. It was logical, what with your name.
Well, to tell you the truth, no one's ever caught.
So tell me, BB, you planning on moving to these parts? Have you spoken with Sushi about this? What kind of artist are you?
No, I don't plan on staying. I'm just passing through.
Oh, well, that's something unusual, isn't it? I mean, not many people come around here just for the heck of it.
Well, I'm trying to find the remains of a Hopi village.
The old Indian village? Yeah, I've heard of it.
Alright, we'll talk to him about everything.
Do you have any idea where exactly it might be located?
Actually, I don't, which is odd because I'm quite familiar with the area. I often go out exploring to find raw materials for my inventions, and I've never come across the slightest sign of that Hopi village.
Do you know of anyone who could tell me the story of that village?
Let me think. I don't know. I think Sushi may have some documents from her great-grandfather. They might mention the Hopi village. Of course, Rutger hasn't got a clue, although you never know. And, Mama Dorita could know something.
That story about Sushi owning Douglasville is true then, huh?
Oh yes, the whole town belonged to her great-grandfather. Then it was passed down from generation to generation until Sushi inherited it from her father. I met Sushi on the internet through a chat room. We got along really well and became friends quite fast. When she proposed the idea of moving away to this town to live at peace with our creative spirits, well, I didn't think twice.
I haven't met Rutger yet.
Well, he's out of town. He told me he was going on an expedition in search of plants and roots. When you meet him, you'll see what a swell guy he is. He joined up with us to move out here so he could devote himself fully to his great passion, botanical gardening.
What do you know about Mama Dorita?
Well, I've only seen her on one occasion. I got her to give me an appointment to see if she could do something about my lack of inspiration. It didn't work. According to her, I lacked faith. But really, I didn't think swallowing a live spider bathed in coyote brains was going to solve my problems.
That thing you're working on is totally interesting.
This ensemble? I assure you it's not one of my best works. My inspiration hasn't been up to par lately, you know? I just don't seem to be getting any ideas.
Listen, about the Hopi village I'm looking for,
Yes, what is it?
do you know any descendants of the Hopis that live around here?
No, not a one. Though, yes, wait. I remember that Rutger told me he found a Hopi Indian in the middle of the desert one day. He said it was a very old man covered with wrinkles who claimed to be the last of the Hopi chiefs. But knowing Rutger, I wouldn't be surprised if he'd hallucinated the whole scene.
This workshop's impressive. I see that besides an artist, you're quite an inventor.
Yes, I like to think of myself as a modern-day Leonardo da Vinci. I combine art and science in my creations because both combined are my whole raison d'etre.
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir.
Adieu.
Alright, so now we can look around at some different things. Let's see. I'm trying to look for things that are out of color.
What is this thing? Maybe it's some sort of scale. Or perhaps a cart for moving heavy items. I really can't tell. Let's see how in the world this works. Whoa!
Hey, what have you done? Get your hands off my catapult.
Sorry, I didn't know what it was.
A catapult?
Well, the next time you don't know what something is, don't touch it. You wasted a whole unopened bucket of paint. Damn the day I decided to build that catapult.
Hey, chill out, dude. I won't touch anything else.
I hope not.
Let's go over here. A crater.
Wow! That crater is really big. Jeez! Someone's camping down there, right at the edge of the crater. I'll go down and see who it is. Hello?
What the heck?
Hey, friend. Hi.
Yo! Nah! It's impossible! I can't get them to open the door!
Them? Who are they?
Damn! You know! Extraterrestrials!
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, who are you and what are you doing here? Are you looking for them, like me?
No. My name's Brian, and I'm searching for an old Indian village.
Brian? You know the meaning of that name?
No, I don't. What is it?
I haven't a clue. But my name is Joshua, and it means liberation. That's something to think about, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's real interesting.
I know. Well, now that I think about it, they must have sent you here to help make my communication machine work.
Really, my friend? No one sent me.
Just because you're not conscious of it, doesn't mean they didn't bring you here. Either I'm way off here, or just a few days ago, you never would have imagined you'd be here at the foot of this crater, right?
Well, that is true, but it's all because of...
So, I was right. See? That's how they do things. That's something to think about, isn't it?
Alright, once again we're going to talk about all the topics.
You wouldn't know where I can find the remains of that Hopi village I'm looking for, would you?
The Indian village? No, I don't have the slightest clue. But as soon as I communicate telepathically with Trantor, I can ask. These aliens know everything.
So, what brought you here? To this crater, I mean.
This is not just any crater. People just blindly believe whatever those so-called modern scientists tell them. They say that the crater was formed by a crashing meteorite that fell here millions and millions of years ago. That's a bunch of baloney, I say. However, I know the truth. The crater was formed when a Trantorian ship landed here.
What's that strange device you're wearing on your head?
You mean my telepathic helmet? It's a telepathic empowerment device that multiplies a human being's telepathic abilities 2,000 or 3,000-fold. I use it to communicate with Trantor. You got to be careful. When you wear this, you run the risk of going crazy because a lot of ideas flash through your brain. There are millions of telepathic messages people give off all the time without realizing it. Fortunately, I can clearly distinguish telepathic messages from Trantor and run no risk of losing my marbles.
You know, but...
Yeah? What?
What door were you referring to when you said you couldn't get them to open it?
To the dimensional door between Earth and Trantor. That's why they came here that time they landed with their spacecraft. They're setting up dimensional doors on hundreds of planets all over the universe. And the one on Earth is right here. A total trip, huh, dude?
What is the communication machine exactly?
It's all this stuff I have set up on top of the trailer. I built it myself and christened it with the name Communication Machine because I plan on using it to open the dimensional door and come in physical contact with the Trantorian.
Why did you tell me to help you make it run? Is it broken?
Yeah, after getting here and setting everything up, I ran into some bad luck. It had hardly been running for an hour when the machine ran out of energy and stopped working. I took off the plate covering the rotor and checked out the battery that makes it spin, but I can't find what's wrong. The battery looks like it's in one piece. I just don't get it. All I can tell is that if the rotor doesn't spin, it doesn't produce energy. And without any energy, the machine is useless hunk of junk.
How can I help you make the communication machine work?
I'm not sure. The thing is, we need energy for the machine, and the energy is produced when the rotor spins.
What's that panel of spotlights behind there for?
Each spotlight goes with one of the musical notes. When you play the note, the matching spotlight turns on. But the truth is, they don't really do anything. What I mean is, you don't need them to activate the dimensional door. But I saw something like them in a movie, and I thought the communication machine looked much more hip with them.
Okay then, let's move on to a new topic.
What other matters would you like me to enlighten you about?
Forget about it. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Well, I'll let you get back to work. We can talk later.
Whenever you want, kid.
Okay.
Okay, I'll cut right next to the iron ring. That way I'll get most of the whole strap. It must be 6 to 8 yards long. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Yeah, I believe the idea might work, but first I have to find a way to join the ends of the strap. Of course! I can use the stapler to join the ends of the belt together. There we go. I only had 3 staples, but I think it'll hold. Joshua?
Yes?
I came up with an idea to make your communication machine work.
Seriously? That is excellent! Explain it to me, boy.
Look, I thought you could place a strap between the back wheel of the motorcycle and the rotor of your machine. Afterward, we rev up the motorcycle's engine and put it into gear. The wheel will pull on the strap as it spins and...
Oh yes, I understand now. Great idea, young man. You're not as dumb as you looked after all. Just one thing. Do you have that strap?
I've got it. You'll put it in place, won't you?
Oh yes, that is right up my alley. Just leave the strap next to the motorcycle, and I'll do it in 5 minutes. The thing is, right when you talked to me, I had just tuned in a telepathic message from Trantor that I simply must decipher before I forget it.
As you wish, but don't take too long. Well, let's hope he can get this show on the road. I'm dying to check whether my idea works.
Okay, so I guess he's gonna do it in some time. Which means we can go do something else.
Oh man, I see Joshua hasn't put the strap in place yet. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Joshua?
Yes?
How come you haven't put the strap in place yet?
Look, there is one small problem. Logically, I can't put in the strap without taking apart the motorcycle wheel. And I can't take apart the motorcycle wheel because I need a number 10 wrench, which I don't have.
Oh, brother. Now I get it. I've been such an idiot. I shouldn't have joined the ends of the strap until I put it on the wheel. The bad thing is, I can't cut the strap again and re-staple it, since it'd be too short. What's worse, I don't have any staples left. Okay, Joshua, don't worry. I'll get us a number 10 wrench and bring it to you.
Okay, I trust you, sonny boy.
Alright, so if anybody in this town is going to have a tool, it's going to be the guy that does all the inventing.
You see, mon ami, there's something I wanted to ask you.
If it's in my power to help.
Could you lend me a number 10 wrench?
Sure. Take it from the set of tools hanging on the wall.
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir.
Adieu.
Nice. Just as I suspected.
Let's see. Here on the left are the wrenches. Shoot! Just the one I need is missing. The number 10. Hey, Saturn.
What's up now, BB?
The number 10 wrench is missing.
Impossible. It's gotta be... Hey, wait, you're right. I used it before and left it here in my pocket. Here. Kid, your reflexes are shot, you know? Well, don't worry. The wrench must be down there, in the street. You just have to go down and get it.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Okay, that was useless. I'm like 3 feet away and you can't hand it to me, you gotta throw it to me.
I don't see the wrench anywhere. Ugh. I'm afraid I figured out where it is.
The trough?
It's fallen into that disgusting trough. Okay, who's the sucker that's gonna stick his hand in there?
You?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll drop the pot on the trough, and with a bit of luck, the wrench will come flying out. I can't tell if it worked from up here. I need to go down and check.
Looks like it worked.
Great! There's that dumb wrench. It's finally mine! All clean and ready to take to Joshua.
Alright, let's go take it to him.
Joshua,
Yes?
I've got the number 10 wrench.
Oh, excellent! Leave it by the strap. I'll take care of it right away. But give me 5 minutes. I was just receiving a telepathic message from Trantor.
Again.
Oh, alright, whatever.
So, probably like last time, we'll have to leave the area and come back and see what's up.
Great, now the strap is on. Joshua,
Yes?
I see you put that strap on. Did you see if the invention works?
Sorry, kid. We're out of luck. The motorcycle doesn't have 1 drop of gas left.
Just what I needed. Wait, let's not get desperate. We can find some gasoline.
That's what I like to see. Initiative. I know you will get it. And with your help, I'll achieve my goal.
Alright, let's go find some gas. What is this?
This house looks Mexican, and there's a huge guy in the doorway. I don't know. He seems to be keeping guard, but he looks like a nice guy. I'll go talk to him to see what happens.
Howdy, partner. What brings you to these parts? What do you want from Mama Dorita?
Mama Dorita? No, look, I'm searching for the remains of a Hopi village. I know it was around this area somewhere. By the way, my name is Brian.
An Indian village?
Yeah, Hopi to be exact.
Well, I reckon there's an old ghost town called Douglasville, and now there's a bunch of hippies living there.
No, I've been through there already. Douglasville is not the town I'm looking for. Thanks anyway, though.
Well, pal, I never heard of any other abandoned villages around here.
You think Mama Dorita could help me?
Sorry, but I doubt it. Mama Dorita helps people with other types of problems.
Other types of problems?
Yeah, she's in contact with the other side.
The other side? You mean she talks to dead people?
Yup, she's mastered the arts of voodoo, soothsaying, and Santeria. And she's a healer, too.
I'd love to meet her. Maybe she might know something about the Hopi village.
No way. Mama Dorita doesn't do that kind of thing. Look for a good archaeologist, pal.
Friend!
What's up, kid?
I see you like gum. You're always chewing some.
Oh, that's not gum. It's menthol chewing tobacco. I can't resist it, you know. Helps me pass the time.
What did you do before working for Mama Dorita?
Well, I don't like to think about my past. All I can tell you is that I'm not real proud of some of the things I did. Luckily, Mama Dorita came into my life like a shining light and gave it all new meaning. Now my only mission is to serve Mama Dorita.
I'd like to see Mama Dorita.
I told you that can't be. She can't help you with your problem, pal. I'm sorry. When you have other troubles, the ones Mama Dorita can fix up, don't you hesitate to come around.
Well, I'll just go on my way here.
All right, me too.
Alright, so there's only one thing that I see that I can pick up right away, and that's this thing next to the
I
ladder.
wonder what that's for. Maybe Mama Dorita has a cat and she puts its food there. I may be needing this. It's made of clay, and it looks handmade by a local craftsman.
Stone?
Well, well, isn't that unusual? It's got a hole in the middle, like a donut. Okie dokie. I like it. You'd think it was the work of an artist and not just a rock I happened to find on the ground.
Okay.
You see, mon ami, there's something I wanted to ask you.
If it's in my power to help.
Can I take that tank you've got over there? It's filled with gasoline, isn't it?
Yes, it's gasoline, but I'm afraid I can't give it to you. You see, when we came to this town, we agreed on a set of rules. One was that we didn't even want to hear about money. Nobody buys or sells anything here. What we do is use the noble old system of bartering. If you want something of mine, you have to give me something of yours in exchange. If what you want is a loan of something that's not perishable, no problem. We're just as generous as the next guy. But if it's something you can't return because using it means it will disappear, well, in that case, you have to give something in exchange. And I don't think I have to tell you that's the way it'll work with that tank of gasoline.
Okay, I get it. And what might I offer you in exchange for your tank of gas?
Look, one thing has occurred to me. You could give me a piece of art you've made. I love collecting works by other artists, you know. It's quite enriching.
Okay.
I'll let you get back to...
A deal.
We have to give him something that we've made. Let's just start with any option.
All right. I don't want to give it up, but maybe I can get Saturn to exchange it for the tank of gas. Saturn. Hey, Saturn. I brought you a first-rate work of art. It's a small sculpture I've carved in stone.
What does it portray?
What does it portray? Well, it portrays the fragility of mankind and the savage environment that surrounds us.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a lovely piece, and I hate to lose it, but I'd give it to you in exchange for the tank of gas.
Well, I really understand the concept and all, and I like it, but it seems like an unfinished work, like a diamond in the rough. Work on it a bit more, and we'll talk.
Whatever you say. You're the big artist.
Alright, so we at least got the right item. We at least got the right item. So he wants us to work on it. Stamp.
Yeah. If I can
Polish it.
The stone, then maybe Saturn would consider trading it for the tank of gas. It's worth trying. Well, it certainly looks a lot nicer. Let's hope Saturn thinks the same. Okay, let's see if I can get him to trade it for the tank of gas. Saturn! I fixed up the sculpture a bit, and now I think you're really going to be delighted with it. How's this? Museum quality, huh?
Yes, I can distinguish some softer nuances. The man has evolved. His delicacy in the surrounding environment is apparent. But he's trying to camouflage himself by blending in with progress. That's the idea you're trying to convey, am I right?
That's exactly it. You understand my ideas perfectly. So, are you interested in it? You can have the sculpture, and I take your gas tank and...
No, it still appears to be an incomplete work, like a house without a roof. When you achieve total mastery, we'll talk about the deal.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
Again, really? We gotta add something else.
This guy's one hard egg to crack.
Alright. Well, there's a space. I don't think he would want... I don't have anything to paint it. We've had this for a while.
All right. I don't want to give it up, but if the piece of amber fits in the hole, it might be just what I need to give the stone a more artsy look. Let's try it out. Now it looks really cool. Saturn's really gonna like it now.
Nice.
Okay, let's see if I can make the deal this time around. Saturn, observe my sculpture now. Thanks to your advice, I think I've created a true masterpiece. What do you think?
Oh, the light. The divine element symbolized by light. Of course. In spite of it all, man cannot bear his fragility and needs to create a superior being that gives greater meaning to his existence. That is the point, isn't it?
Exactly, you figured it out. Do we have a deal?
Do one thing for me. Place the sculpture in front of the door to the balcony. The sun will become the final element from which man imbibes the light that shelters him.
Whatever you say.
Yes, truly majestic. Don't move it. That's the perfect spot.
Okay, then I get the tank of gas, right?
Yes, it's yours. Oh, but there's one thing I forgot to tell you. That isn't any normal, everyday gasoline. It's concentrated gasoline that I make myself. In order for it to work, you have to mix it with water. The formula is simple. For every liter of water, you put in 40 cc's of concentrated gasoline. It is vital for the mixture to be exact.
Yeah, and do you have any measuring tubes to calculate the exact amounts?
Well, look, there's one small problem. My 40 cc measuring tube broke the other day, and I haven't bought a new one yet. But don't worry, next to the gas tank, there's a 1-liter bottle and 2 measuring tubes. You can use that to make the mixture.
If you say so. The tank is finally mine. And the bottle and measuring tubes? Let's see if I can use this to make the mixture right.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so we gotta mix the right amounts, basically. I'm gonna skip ahead as far as what you're gonna see. I'll see you on the other side when I get it right, because I have a feeling it's gonna take me a while to figure it out, because there's probably several steps involved, and that's kind of boring. So, I'll see you on the other side.
Alrighty then. Let's fill that tank and see if we can finally implement my plan. Ready. I'll tell Joshua the motorcycle's prepared. Joshua?
Yes?
Motorcycle has gas now, so let's put the plan in motion.
Stupendous! I knew you would not let me down. Let me tell you what we're going to do. I'll take care of starting up the motorcycle. As soon as the wheels start spinning, go up to the switch on the communication machine. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then go stand by the switch.
It works!
Amazing! We did it, young man. I knew my idea with the strap would work.
Hey, it was my idea.
Hey, let's forget about that. Now, I need you to help me figure out the combination to open the dimensional door. I need you, kid. Don't fail me now.
Well, all right. What do I have to do?
Look, I discovered that the spot where I achieved the greatest telepathic communication is down there, in the middle of the crater. I'll go down there, and you push the keys for the musical note. That way, I will receive telepathic signals which will indicate to me whether the combination is correct or not. The only thing that you must remember is that the combination is made up of 5 different notes. You understand this, don't you? You cannot repeat the same note twice in any combination either.
Got it. Different sets of notes, but without repeating any note twice in a combination of 5 notes.
You are one smart little whippersnapper. Come on, Trantor's people are expecting me. Ready? Hit it, Sonny.
Alright, again, I'm gonna fast forward because this is seemingly a very random combination. And it may take me a while again, so I will see you when I figured it out.
Noise!
Oh, thank God we finally got it.
There's an intense light covering the center of the crater. I can't see Joshua.
Ryan, this is unbelievable. Just amazing, kid. It's remarkable. Well, you can't believe all the love I'm taking with me.
But what's going on? That strange noise stopped and the light disappeared. But I can't find Joshua anywhere. I'm going down into that crater to see what happened. Unbelievable. The only thing Joshua left behind is that black mark on the ground and his telepathic helmet. Oh well, I don't think we'll be seeing Joshua again. I hope wherever he may be, he's resting in, well, that he found what he was looking for.
So I guess that's why it's called Encounters of the Fourth Kind.
Joshua won't be needing it any longer. The truth is, I doubt this contraption really improves anyone's telepathic powers, and I don't plan on wearing it to test the theory.
Okay.
Wow. The communication machine stopped working. Well, I suppose the motorcycle used up all the gas.
Okay. There's only one thing I haven't really checked out, and that's this.
This model's a bit outdated. People use those igloo-style tents nowadays. Okay, I don't think Joshua will care anymore. Let's see what I find in here. Yeah, this could be really useful. A flashlight that you can attach to your head, and a climbing rope. Hey, those enormous rocks you use for your stone sculptures. How do you manage to bring them here? Do you have some sort of moving crane?
No, it's much simpler than that. I get the help of Oscar, Mama Dorita's disciple. He's amazingly strong and can move stones that weigh hundreds of pounds all by himself. In exchange for helping me with that, I give him menthol chewing tobacco that Rutger whips up for me. That big powerhouse just loves to chew tobacco, you know?
Okay. So we have to, like, trade something, right?
I'll let you get back to your...
Adieu.
Alright, let's see if he'll want something like this.
Saturn. I found the answer to your inspirational crisis.
Really? What is it?
It's a helmet that creates ideas. It stimulates brain activity in an incredible way. You'll see. It'll make hundreds of ideas pop into your mind. Here, put it on.
Let's see. Yeah, I can feel something. Oh. Wow, I've never felt so amazingly inspired in my whole life. I've got to sculpt what will be my greatest work ever. I'm going out right now to get the perfect stone. Thanks, Brian. I really owe you one.
No problem, man.
That's
Good
not
luck.
suspicious at all, just leaving that there.
In the end, it'll turn out that the helmet actually works. Anyway, I hope Saturn doesn't become like Joshua. Okay, Saturn owes me one anyway. It's very light. I thought it would weigh more. Okay. Ready. It's filled to the brim with water. Ah, yeah.
What'd you find?
These dried tobacco leaves
Yes.
could really come in handy.
Alright. So we got some tobacco leaves.
I can't imagine the havoc that locomotive wreaked the day it derailed and annihilated everything in its path. Huh. Reminds me of a model I got for Christmas one year. Yep, it's almost exactly alike. There's the smokestack, and to the left is a spout where you fill the water tank, and further to the left is the whistle next to the engineer's cab.
Alright guys, so I actually had to look up what to do on this part. I couldn't figure out what next that they wanted me to do. Apparently I'm supposed to fill this tank up 5 times before it's full, so let's see if it works.
There we go. Let's fill that tank up a bit more.
Alright, so supposedly it takes 5 to fill up, and then it's able to work. So we'll see how this goes. And another thing I didn't think about also is apparently we're supposed to use the blowtorch to fire the boiler.
Now is the time. Careful there. I don't want to burn my hand off. Okay, this is starting to work.
And then we turn the pressure.
Okay, I'll turn the wheel once. I don't want to overdo it with the pressure and make the boiler blow apart while I'm in here. Great. Now I think there's enough pressure.
And then the lever.
I don't think the locomotive is working. No, I'd better not take any chances. With the locomotive tipped over on its side, anything might happen if the machine started running. When you turn it, pressure rises in the boiler. No, that's enough pressure. I don't want to... I'd rather not touch this one. I don't want to mess anything up. I think that's the lever that activates the steam outlet.
I was gonna say we have to press something. Boom. That's progression.
Yes, a burst of steam blasted out.
Let's go get it. Where is it? There it is.
It must have flown out with the steam through the locomotive smokestack. And from the look of it, I bet I know what key it is.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure this key goes to the cell.
I hope the locomotive boiler didn't deform it and it still works. Wonderful! It opened right away.
Enter the cell.
It stinks like this place, but it's in pretty good shape. I don't think I'll take it. If I carry it around, people will think it's me that reeks. I should look around anyway, though, in case there's something I might need. I'll take this bottle of liniment.
Liniment?
It contains mint.
Mint. Menthol. Tobacco leaves. The menthol tobacco.
Put tobacco leaves into the bowl? Yeah, maybe I'd better, but later.
What? Use that?
That way I could prepare menthol chewing tobacco. But I'll need some sort of crushing tool to grind the tobacco leaves so I can mix them with the liniment. You won't get anywhere doing that.
Really?
Sure,
Make a mortar and
great
pestle?
idea. The stamp is pretty large and durable. I can use it with the bowl to create a makeshift mortar and pestle.
There you go.
There we go. I think it'll work. Yes, I think I can use the mortar I've improvised to mash the tobacco leaves in with the liniment. Then I'll have menthol chewing tobacco. Let's try it. Okay, I think that turned out pretty good. But there's no way I'm trying it.
Alright then.
Oscar, brought you some of that chewing tobacco you love so much.
Really?
Of course, partner. Here you go.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
No sweat, man. That's what friends are for. And we are friends, aren't we?
Of course we are. I needed that tobacco like a lost man needs water in the Mojave. 'Cause the last shipment Saturn brought me was running out. I owe you one.
Now I've got him wrapped around my little finger. Friend.
What's up, kid?
I need your help.
What can I do for you?
Well, it's a huge rock I need moved.
Well, of course. I love doing favors for my friends.
Wonderful. Let's go.
So this is the rock I gotta move, huh?
Yeah, it must weigh a ton. You think you can push it out of the way so I can enter the mine?
This little marble? Of course, partner. Piece of cake. There you go. Is that okay?
That's perfect, Oscar. Thanks, pal. You're strong as an ox.
No problem. I like doing favors for my buddies. I'm out of here. I gotta mosey back to Mama Dorita's in case she needs me.
All right, guy. Thanks a lot and see you around.
Happy trails. And be careful if you're planning on going down that old mine.
Okay, so now we can enter the mine, it looks like.
That Oscar. What a nice guy. I'm glad he's on my side and not somebody else's. I'm not going in there without a map of the mine. I'd probably get lost in a maze of tunnels and would never get out.
That's right. Alright, so I gotta figure out how to get the map. Okay. So they said something about the map possibly being in the bank safe, right? And supposedly the safe is in the floor. And earlier, the bucket of paint landed in the bank. So I'm thinking we have to catapult something else into the bank. This looks like a pretty decent thing to do.
Hey, let's take advantage of the fact that Saturn's out. After all, what you don't see can't hurt you. Here's the deal. I'll move the statue onto the catapult. There we go. Now let's lower it down carefully. Perfect. Now it's placed right where I want it on the catapult.
Now let's shoot it.
All right. I hope the statue lands in the same spot as the paint bucket. Let it fly. There we go.
There's a giant statue just frickin' flying, man.
Great. Just what I was expecting. A hole is opened up in the floor leading to the basement of the bank.
Well, let's go.
Here we go. I can use the statue as a ladder.
There's a safe.
Good. I've made it into the basement of the bank, which is where the safe is located, like Sushi said.
Let's open it.
It's locked. I'll have to use the right combination to open it.
Yeah.
Even though it's an antique, it looks very sturdy and durable. It's locked.
Oh, here we go. Alright, so again, I'm gonna fast forward until I get the combination. So I'll see you as soon as it opens. Alright guys, so we had to go get a stethoscope, and then we got the combination.
Let's see what I can find inside of this thing. Well, there are piles of old documents and a map of the mine. Finally, I found it. Let me look it over. Excellent. The site of the Hopi village is marked. With this map, I'll be able to get through the mine shafts and find my way there.
Nice.
Even if I end up having to re-enter the combination, I think it'd be better to close the safe.
Alright. So let's go to the mine. Alright, let's enter the mine, guys.
All right. I've got everything I need to walk around the mine shafts until I find the Hopi village. Let's go in. I hope I get lucky for once.